Forever in My Heart is a Hallmark film. This was released originally in 2019. It's directed by Stephen R. Monroe. It's written by Tyler Straessle, and we have a cast including Merritt Patterson as Jenna, Jack Turner as Charlie. And I really didn't like this one at all. I felt like it was very messy. The narrative was all over the place. The characters were not interesting. Occasionally the protagonist irritated me a little bit. Not too much, but enough that I really didn't care for her. And I just don't think it's a decent film. Jenna had spent some time in Ireland. She then goes back to Ireland years later, and she reconnects with somebody she had a potential relationship with, and she has to try and work out where she wants to be and where her heart actually is. And honestly, it's not very well written. It's not horrendous. It is watchable. But I found the narrative to be very boring, and it just felt a little gimmicky. Whenever films like Hallmark films travel to... It is filmed in Ireland, I should point out. It's not one of those where they claim to be filmed somewhere and they actually don't. But whenever they have a film set in usually Ireland or Scotland, it's either very well done and realistic, or it feels really gimmicky, and they're relying on that part, in this case the Irish part, to sell the film, and everything else seems to take a backseat in terms of quality. And that's what this one feels like. We get some beautiful views, and there are some likeable supporting characters, but in general, I feel like it was underdeveloped. It was a little bit messy. The characters were not the best. The supporting characters, yes, but the main characters, I didn't really care for them. So for me, Forever in My Heart didn't really have anything good to offer. As I said, it is watchable. So if you're interested in it, then check it out. You might like more of it than I did. And I have to give them credit for actually filming in Ireland, because that's not always the case with films like this. The characters are not the best. The performances are absolutely fine. We have some nice scenery. Honestly, I don't have much else to say about it. It's just very, very bland. Not the worst film in the world, but I didn't really get anything out of it. Forever in My Heart is a bit of a weak story with very dull, occasionally irritating protagonists, but we have some nice locations, so take that and do with it what you will, whether you watch the film or you decide not to. If you do check it out, I'd love to know your thoughts. But for me, as much as I worship Hallmark films and cannot get enough of them, Forever in My Heart just didn't work for me.